Hello and good morning, good afternoon. My name is Josh from MEI. I'm here with Mike Emery, the CEO at Joymo, um, for a little bit of a pre-summit interview about what he's going through as a journey in terms of where he's got to today as CEO at Joymo and what he's looking forward to at this year's Host and Federation Summit in Lausanne, Switzerland. First of all, Mike, thank you very much for joining us. If you could begin, like your personal journey to where you got now. I've looked into your background. You were at the Right to Play organization, Skogstad, World at Play. How did that all fit into where you are now?
Yeah, sure. Very nice to be here. Thank you, Josh. Yeah, my personal journey, I guess, kind of geography-wise, it's from South Wales, where I'm from originally, to Norway, where I live now, and I live here with my wife and three kids. Professionally, it's been in a nice way. It's been a journey, and it's been a bit meandering. Um, at the very heart of, I guess, the journey and who I am is sport and play, and in particular, kind of grassroots sport and play, and what that means for young people. So, right out of university, instead of becoming a journalist, which was the plan, I set up a children's charity that works with kids in care homes and orphanages and refugee camps in Europe, using sport and play as a tool for helping them deal with the traumas of war and conflict and refugee life. From there, you're absolutely correct. I went and worked for a big global development organization called Right to Play that delivers similar type programs across the world for kids from marginalized communities.
Mm.
Um, then over here in Norway, I set up another children's charity, again focused on sport that helps low-income families get their kids into sport because it is a very expensive activity and endeavor here in Norway. And kind of that, so underpinning a lot of what I do is sport, and also the feeling that sport is a tremendous thing for young people as they grow up and develop. And then the opportunity to be CEO of a little startup called Joymo came about, and Joymo had built a very kind of safe and secure platform for streaming kind of youth sports content, and as a disruptor to, I think, a lot of the negative aspects of putting that content on big social media and giving that data and that value back to big social media, be it Meta or be it Alphabet. So I joined Joymo almost 5 years ago now, and have kind of ridden the waves of the pandemic and all sorts of stuff like that. And we are now kind of very much focusing on who we are as an organization, our values, which is the safe streaming of sport. But we've kind of widened and broadened our entire offering to work with governing bodies on all of their digital strategy for content and consumer and fan engagement. So there's lots of startups. You start with a little idea, and as things progress and you talk to customers, you grow and develop. And here we are.
Yeah, so I mean, like you say, it's a very meandering journey to where you are now, but it's a very, very interesting one. Going from charities to basically the corporate world.
Mm.
So like you say, you're there doing like a streaming service for grassroots right up to professional ranks. What have been the biggest challenges you faced at Joymo since the start in 2018?
How long we got? Um, I mean, there's personal challenges that I've had in terms of learning to be a leader of a business in this space, right? But let's not go into there. You know, I don't know if your viewers can see this, but behind you, there's loads of logos for different governing bodies around the world. And a lot of that I'm looking in there, a lot of them I've spoken to, and a lot of them that I know. And in these organizations, there's some really talented people. And, you know, I've been speaking to these people whilst they have been going through a lot of both professional and personal turmoil, right? So the global pandemic did kind of incredible things to digitalization, but it did dreadful things to sports organizations that are trying to get both people active and also trying to kind of foster, you know, professional development, professional sports platforms and development platforms. So I think one of the biggest challenges I had is running a business such as mine, which is looking to the future and enabling these organizations to think long term and develop digital strategies for the long term, whilst at the same time as kind of the house was on fire, right? The pandemic. So that's one thing. Coming beyond that, there is unfortunately in sport a little bit of a culture of I'll kind of tone down the language, but kind of like a fear of messing up, right? Somehow within these organizations, innovation kind of gets stifled in favor of, well, we shouldn't stick our necks out because what if it goes wrong? And unfortunately, broadcasting and delivery of content to viewers across the world, kind of desire to not mess up now means that it's okay to just pop this stuff out on big social media. The more innovative organizations, such as, let's say, World Volleyball, have reimagined that. And they've done a great job of realizing that, yes, big social media has a role to play, but true digital ownership and innovation and consumer engagement lies in taking ownership over that. Now, I'm kind of preaching that message or delivering that message to lots of governing bodies, national and international. And sometimes I'm met by this is scary, this is big, it's better to not do it. So that's another issue that I'm dealing with. And then the third challenge, I think, is kind of the good old-fashioned rights warehousing, right? So where you've basically got big media companies with huge budgets come in, plop some money on the table. The governing bodies go, yeah, that's great. And then suddenly this content gets warehoused a la kind of Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark style, put into a big drawer somewhere. And that's unfortunate both for fans and for governing bodies and the sport as a whole.
Yeah, and like you say, it's, when I first think about streaming and everything like that, is the rights behind it of, to me, are the biggest challenge. And like you say, they're just warehoused. Brilliant analogy, a la Indiana Jones. Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's quite as exciting as that,
Yeah.
but it is very much, if we remember that film footage, right, where they're taking the Ark and they're putting it alongside thousands of other boxes, that feels apt for the rights warehousing model.
Yeah, exactly. So as the viewers may know, you will be joining us at the Host and Federation Summit in Lausanne this year. You will be part of the Tech Innovation Supporting Major Sports Events workshop alongside Ivan from Swiss Timing, and there will be more announced soon on our social media who will be joining you. What are you most looking forward to about the summit this year?
Yeah, well, I would like to commend you guys at MEI. Last year's summit was great. I thought it was well organized, and your team are really enjoyable to work with. So I'm looking forward to that aspect of it. But beyond that, looking forward to meeting some people that I know, and looking forward to meeting some of our partners that will be there. And I think that there's some really good people that work in these organizations that are there very often for the right reasons, which is that they really want to see this stuff develop and get better and work well for both public audience and for athletes and members. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to meeting some new leaders in sport that have digital innovation and digital development high on their strategy plans, because then I think those are meetings I really enjoy because they're coming at it from the right angle. I'm coming at it from the right angle. I'm nervous about the kind of organizing this whatever this workshop is, because an hour and a half of facilitating good discussion and making it rewarding and beneficial for all those people taking part. I mean, that's not going to just happen easily. I think we have to put some real thought into it. But yeah, looking forward to being June, because it's the end of April and I'm in Oslo and it's cold. So I'm looking forward to Swiss June weather. That'd be nice.
Yeah, everyone at MEI is looking forward to the Swiss summer, that's for sure. Yeah, we look forward to seeing you there as well. Hopefully you can get everything out of it that you want, and I'm sure the workshop will be a massive success. Once again, Mike, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for giving up some of your very valuable time to do this little interview today, and we look forward to seeing you at the summit in June.
My pleasure, and look forward to seeing you guys in June.